Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Don't call me motherfucking trying to talk to me, find out some shit, talk about some gossip. Don't call me with no bad news. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't calling me to uplift me, if you ain't calling me to I'm not 911, I'm not in the mood, don't call me unless there's some love on the other end of the phone. Matter of fact, I'm working. I don't want nobody to call me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do them. And
oh my goodness, we just completed episode 21. We just completed recording episode 21. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, this journey is amazing. I just want to say thank you to you for coming along with me on this journey. To be honest with you, this is how I am. I try to limit expectations of people or have no expectations at all. And I try to limit my requests of people. And especially when it comes to this podcast, I don't want anything that might shift me out of my inspiration to continue doing it, which is why I don't necessarily invite people onto the show. I just go through whatever the issue that I'm covering at the time. But this person, because I'm telling you, I came up on his channel a day after I posted on Facebook, and I said to God in my prayer, I want to meet new men. I want to meet a different kind of men. And I'm telling you, he's one of those. He is one of those. And I'm not surprised he's a coach because of his perspective and his mindset. And you'll hear a clip that I played from him in this program. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and thank you for being here. It's been fun. It's been a blast. I'm just living and enjoying myself, enjoying who I am, enjoying life with all its goings-ons. Up, down, round, about. I just want to see it all and count it all as joy, or if I can't count it as joy, find contentment in it, or just know that, you know what, this is life. Move, shift. Don't just sit in one position, because you know, if my chair starts shaking and I just stay seated in the same position, I might be more miserable than if I just get up. Sometimes life gets rough because life is trying to shift us out of the position we are hell bent on staying stuck in, and God has to shake us and say, get up. I'm trying to tell you to get up. You know, so he has to shake it so that we move, because sometimes force is what causes us to move, because sometimes we're so comfortable, and sometimes we just can't be bothered, and sometimes we just had enough of movement and we just want to stay where we are, you know. But when we stop moving, we stop growing, we stop living. We got to evolve, we got to grow, we got to move. Okay, so anyway, that's all I'm about to say for today. And I hope that you heard me clearly. Like I said, I'm a little bit hoarse today, so it is my hope that it did not affect terribly my delivery. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Coach Raquel. Let's go. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Oh, hello. Welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for staying with me, for supporting me, for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. I just want to let you know that today I'm having my throat is sore, so it may sound a little bit different. But it's the same me. There is no pain. I just think because it's really, really warm right now, I'm pretty parched. I mean, it's like the more I drink water is the more I have to drink water. Like I keep hydrating, but it's like it's not enough. I'm telling you, it's like my throat is just like exhausted, like a girl in between the cold temperature that I stay in, and then when I leave those cold temperatures, like if I'm in my room or whatever the case may be, if I'm like working or whatever, I have the cool air on, and then when I step out of the cool air into another area, it's like really hot. Like the temperature is like, oh, all the way up there, or is it down there? I'm not even sure. But all I know, it's pretty warm. But I am so thankful. I have no problems, no. I have no quarrel with no one. I have no fuss, no nothing. Like, I'm just grateful. I'm thankful. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be doing another episode 21. Like, this is such a dream for me because I didn't even know I'd have the stick-to-itiveness to do this like this consistently. So I am extremely thankful. So I am grateful. So no matter, I've made a decision, nothing will steal my joy. I mean, nothing. I am hanging on to my joy for dear life. So come what may, the heat, whatever else, contentment is what I'm striving for. So I just want to say I'm so thankful. I'm really, really grateful, humbled and grateful. And today's show promises to be another inspiring, empowering session. We're going to be talking about Sean Combs today. Yes, we are. And then we have few other things that we want to talk about. And we have and of course, the unboxing and the financial tips, the funding tips. So the show is going to be thrilling, as usual, as per usual. It's my hope that you experience it that way too. It certainly is fun for me. So I hope and pray that it is also inspiring for you. All right. So now I'm going to go to sharing one of my prayers with you. Yes. All right. So this book is called Prayers, and it's written by yours truly, Coach Raquel. Of course, on the book it says Raquel Reese. Yeah, so that's my name. Prayers by me, Raquel Reese, aka Coach Raquel. Yes, and today, oh my gosh, okay, this one, I think this is a good one. The title of this prayer today is I Need You. Oh my God. Lord, do I need you? God, we need you. Sean Combs need you. His family need you. We all need you, Lord. And we are asking you, we're inviting you to come in. Now let's go straight to what the book actually says. All right. Dear Lord, I need you. Help me to obey your will, Lord. Help me to be strong so that I may walk in your truth, to possess the rewards, God, which you have prepared for me. Take me to your promised land, God, a land that's flourishing with milk and honey. Glory to God. Send your rain and harvest. Lord, guide my feet so that I will walk diligently on the right path. Raise me up above my challenges, God. Quiet the doubters, silence naysayers, hush unbelievers, God. Quench my worries with your grace. God, I pray for wealth. I pray for true, pure, uninhibited love. I pray for happiness, overcoming joy. I pray for great relationships. I pray for caring relationships. I pray for loving relationships. I pray for your angels to surround me. I pray for blessings, provisions, abundance. Please enlarge my territory. I pray in your name, Jehovah. Amen. Wow. That was a think that was a powerful prayer. Thank you for listening. Wow. All right, so now we're going to be going into our ASMR segment, all right? Our ASMR moment. Yes. Oh, wow. That was so refreshing. Wasn't that refreshing? That was so refreshing. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for staying with us so far. It's now time for us to go into our first segment. Allegedly. Let's go.
From Hollywood to your hood, public breakdowns are everywhere. But what if we turn gossip into growth? On Allegedly, we react to the wildest viral stories, celebs spiraling, influencers breaking down, and infamous moments you can't unsee. But we don't just watch, we work. We break it down, do the self-work, and find the breakthrough hiding in their mistakes. New episodes drop every Monday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry, because your healing might just begin with someone else's headline. Allegedly, where the breakdown is the beginning of your breakthrough.
All right. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and supporting this program. Thank you so much. And welcome back to our Allegedly segment. Oh my Lord, I'm Coach Raquel. And today, of course, we have some interesting topic, but I just want to do these reminders before we go into the topic that we respect, we love, and we appreciate and value every single person who's going to be mentioned in this segment, okay? We have nothing but appreciation and value and respect for all the people we're going to be mentioning and for their particular role. We're not here to tell anyone not to do what they are inclined to do, what to do, not to do. We're not here to tell them not to follow their instinct or whatever guide their divine purpose bestow on them or inspire them, whatever path their source inspires them to follow, right? We're just going to be sharing our thoughts. We're going to be searching for, exploring the topic, talking about it, and sharing our own thoughts, our own views, and looking for the breakdown and see what in their conversations and stories can inspire us to do our self-work so that we can experience breakthroughs. Okay, that is what we're here for. That's what we're about. That's why we're here. We don't talk about stories just to talk about them. We talk about them for empowerment so that we can extract empowerment from every story, every experience, every discussion, every thought that are shared or whatever, right? So that's what we're going to be going into do today. So I just want you to come with me with open minds and open hearts, and please share with me in the comment section what your thoughts are on these topics that we're going to be discussing. Today we're going to be talking about Sean Combs, and because he's someone who has sat on my heart for over a year, if not over 2 years though, ever since what happened to him. From the moment that the raid happened on his house, he has sat on my heart, and I've had to include him in my prayers, my thoughts, my well wishes. Like this man, and it's funny because I never I didn't, he was not an artist that I listened to. I didn't even know that I knew songs of his. Everything started happening, I'm like, Sean Combs, why is he on my mind? And I had to go look for songs he sings, for his songs, to see if I knew any of it or whatever, because hip hop is not one of my favorite genre to listen to. If I'm listening to hip hop, it must be that I'm either working out or something, or someone else is playing it, or I just need that particular vibe. That's not necessarily my thing. I'm more of a country girl. I love country music and reggae music. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But he has rested on my heart, and today I'm going to talk about him again. And, yeah, I have some other things that I want to talk about that will offspring from that discussion. So that's what we're going to be going into today. So as we go in, I just ask that we bear that in mind. Let's be respectful. Let's remember that whatever our thoughts are things, and whatever we think of others is already in our lives. Whatever we speak of others is already done in our lives. So let us just be mindful with those things, because we're sending positive energy. So today we're going to be talking about Charlemagne, positive energy, Sean Combs, the entire Breakfast Club team. You have Jess Hilarious, you have Lauren, and you have DJ Envy. And I just want to say positive energy to those persons. I found this new YouTuber that I've been listening to, and I'm very impressed. He's very inspiring. You should listen to him. Conversation with Jay, KHAN. Conversations with Jay. He's one of the positive voices amid the noise, you know. And so I have a clip from him that I'm going to be playing to, and I just want to say to them before I go into it, thank you so much for your experience, your work, your breakdowns, your breakthroughs that inspire us to do our self-work to achieve breakthroughs. I just want to say thank you to you. We appreciate you. We value you. And no matter what direction or thoughts or opinions or perspectives go, we do this out of nothing but respect for you and gratitude. So thank you for living the breakdowns so that we could be inspired to do our self-work and achieve breakthroughs inspired by your story. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so, so much. So before I go into the story, I just want to share the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. And today, I'm not seeking to infringe on anyone's content. However, as a complement to the content creator, we're going to be commenting, and I don't know if you want to call it criticizing. I don't like that word, criticize. But definitely using it for news reporting and teaching and research. All right, so we're going to do that. Before I go into the Sean Combs story, there's one I want to share first. So they say perfection is the goal, but here's the thing. Perfection isn't just a goal, it's a ghost. It slips through your fingers, whispers you're never enough, and leaves you chasing shadows while life races by. Now, on the screen, you'll be seeing a photo. One day, day one. I came across this photo on Facebook, and it kind of stirred something in me. You know, I don't think that the person who shared the image was necessarily thinking of a negative thing, you know. And again, having aspirations isn't a bad thing, right? But this picture, as you can see, and for those who can't see, a barefoot black child, I think it's a boy, clothed in tatters, staring in a mirror. In the reflection, a well-dressed boy, quote-unquote well-dressed, because who determines what well-dressed is, but a boy in a suit and tie. Yes, suit and tie. A well-dressed boy in a suit holding a book. The caption reads, "One day and day one." Motivational, do you think? On the surface, maybe. But let's peel it back. Let's peel it back a little bit first. This and um, I'm just sharing with you my perspective and how I see this. Of course, I did some research to go along with, not just to go along with my thoughts, but also to see what's out there, right? Okay, so first, this is the contrast trap. And this is something I always say, never compare. Never compare. I think comparison is a trap that we fall into, and if we're not careful, we will have calamity, right? Because no two persons are the same. And I believe the universe made that intentional, that no two people would be the same. All right. But anyway, let me just go to this. First, this is the contrast trap. Research says when we compare ourselves to idealized images, our self-worth doesn't rise, it collapses. Because even just now, right, when I said there are two images, and one is he's in tatters and one is he's in a suit. And I think for most persons, especially those in the Western world or those who have been quote unquote educated, we are thinking, we have thoughts around that which one is considered the well dressed and which one is considered the tattered, right? But who determines who says these two are not two well dressed people at different stages in life, right? Anyway, I will never understand a dress code being a goal when we were born naked. Anyway, so our self-worth doesn't rise, it collapses according to research. Second, it's stereotype threat in a frame. Pairing blackness with poverty and success with whiteness coded dress primes the message. You don't belong until you transform. Third, it's poverty myth recycling. Mass media already overrepresent Black Americans as poor at twice the real rate. Images like this keep that loop running, and it's not just for Black Americans, but it's also for Black people around the world. Because I'm in Jamaica, and I'm telling you, Jamaica, it's like a little USA. We're so heavily influenced by what they do. Fourth, it dehumanizes. Depicting children voiceless and pitied literally lowers empathy responses in the brain. Fifth, it teaches classism early. Studies show even 5-year-olds judge worth based on clothing cues. Adults do it in interviews. Sixth, it shames. That day one ultimatum suggests if you haven't started, you've failed morally, not just circumstantially. Seventh, it erases mobility math. Today's young adults have only a 50% chance of outlearning their parents, down from over 90% in the 1940s. Eighth, it ignores the bandwidth tax of poverty. Scarcity can sap the mental focus equivalent of losing 13 IQ points. Ninth, it gaslights biology. Long-term stress from disadvantage reshapes your brains. This isn't about polish, it's about policy. And 10th, it breaks dignity first rules. From UNICEF to humanitarian codes, these guidelines exist to stop exactly this, stripping away humanity for a quick emotional punch. So while the image claims to inspire, it's really just polishing the bars of a mental cage, reinforcing that you are less than until you look a certain way. The truth? Perfection is not the starting line, and you're not broken just because the world tries to hand you a fixer-upper version of yourself. Your value exists now, and that's the part no mirror can take away. And I intentionally had this story before I go into the Sean Combs story. I hope I don't get emotional because I was emotional before. I hope I don't, though. I'm going to be trying my best not to. All right. Okay, let's go. So, I was watching the Breakfast Club on YouTube, and it struck my heart. Actually, I was watching the Breakfast Club, and well, the other day I watched a different one. When I was planning this episode, I had the second video I'm going to share with you is by a YouTuber, Conversations with Jay. I saw that video, and it's been just on my mind. Use it for an episode, and I kept delaying, and I was doing different doing different research, gather different content for this episode. But then today, the same conversation with Kans, he started discussing a topic about a Breakfast Club episode that he heard, and I went to hear it for myself because I like to go to the source to hear what they're saying, to get my own perspective. And when I went to get it, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to do this segment today. It's calling me. I have to do it. So I was watching the Breakfast Club this morning on YouTube, and it struck my heart. You know, perfection is often sold to us in tiny, polished frames. It has become such a staple in our conversations these days that it's so subtle. Sometimes we don't even realize that what we're asking of people is perfection, something we ourselves have not mastered, right? We haven't mastered perfection, but it's like we're expecting it in others. You know what I mean? And so I want to go to this clip, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to listen to it, and then we're going to talk about it. And this clip is courtesy of at Breakfast Club Power 105.1 FM on YouTube.
Morning, starting off in the latest, we're going to have a conversation about Diddy because his attorneys are continuing to have conversations, and what we found out over the weekend was that Diddy wants to become an anti-domestic violence advocate.
Well, if he don't sit his stupid ass down somewhere.
That sounds so dumb.
Boy, his whole team, Bad Boy, not Bad Boy, what's his team called? His lawyers, his staff, record label, and mother effing crew.
Yep. Okay, let's stop right there. That was so demeaning, dehumanizing, disrespectful. I'm not shocked and I'm not surprised, but I'm still alarmed that we dare to disrespect and disregard God's people, because we're all God's people. How dare us believe or think that because someone has gone through a breakdown or is going through a breakdown, and what I call a breakdown, what happened to Sean Combs is a breakdown. The domestic violence was a breakdown. All of these things that are happening, nobody gets up one day and decides, I'm going to be the worst human being. Not even the murderer. Not even the serial murderer. Nobody gets up and decides, I'm going to be the worst form of human being. And that's the first part. Let us start there. There's no such thing as the monstrous human being, or you're just the worst kind of human being, you know? And oh my gosh, I'm going to keep playing because Jay on Conversations with Jay, he said some real important, made some really important notes, you know, because and I want to say this because I didn't say it. I needed to understand in respect of the programs and their discussions, I want to let you know that the clips that I'm sharing are separate clips, and their conversations did not flow this way. I just extract the parts that hit my heart that I wanted to talk about, because he called them stupid. It was so demeaning, and it tells me, sir, that you are in the same. You're either in the same space Sean Combs is in, or you're beneath him, because at least you can see where he's at. But here you are. Your words are as violent as his actions were, in my opinion. Your words are as violent, and your words are probably even more violent, because when he did what he did, his audience was not as wide as yours. He did not publicize his video We did. The rest of the world did. He did not. But you are sitting on a platform well aware of your audience while you're saying this. What you just said is brutal, it's disrespectful, and it's violent, in my opinion. And it's not fair. It's not right. Because you do not hold moral eliteness or moral superiority over Sean Combs or any of us. You do not. We're all human beings. We're all standing on the same ground and we're all at the same level. Alarming, to say the least. Let's continue.
Called him bad boy.
Okay.
Well,
It don't even make sense. I don't even know. Like after you just keep messing up, you just keep doing stupid stuff. And
No,
keep
defend
doing
him,
stupid
Envy.
stuff.
Ride for him. Defend him
He
like
definitely do be he be giving it up for Diddy. Yeah.
Wow. You just keep messing up. That's what we're here to do. Keep messing up. We're gonna see, I don't want to get emotional. Who isn't messing up, DJ Envy? Because you're messing up right now, brother. And I still have to have respect for you. I still have to have understanding with what you're doing, because I don't even know if you know what you're doing. Because today is Sean Combs and tomorrow it's you. And God forbid it's you, because I don't want it to be you. I do not want another. I don't want. Oh God, I want to wake up and not hear that a black man is on the cutting board one day, because it is such a heartbreaking experience. I don't know what our young boys are going through, because it is killing me. It is so traumatizing for me every single day. I have to wake up to the experience of another black man going through something. When they're young, we give them this picture of perfection that they need to get to. And this unrealistic picture of perfection that we give them to achieve, you don't think that shatters who they really are inside and causes them to go down a roller coaster road of just failure and more failure and more failure. And instead of us saying, we see that you broke, we saw that you fell, let me help you up, let me brush your knee off because you fell, we're gonna keep falling, DJ Envy, we're going to keep falling. You fall every day, and he's going to fall every day, and it is okay, because there is not one man, not one human being on the face of this earth that's not failing every day. Our failure may not look like his or may not be platformed like his, but it exists, and it hurts no less the people it hurts. And they're laughing like it's funny. This man's life is hanging in the balance. He is in a place. They have put this man at a place based on legal decision, law decisions. And this place that he's at is no more upholding of the law than he was. What is wrong with us? Where they have this man in the legal system, that they have him in the jail that they have him. Have you heard the reports of the state of the place? How is the state of the jail legal? How is that legal? How is that human? How is that fit for humanity? So you say this man is wrong for what he did and place him at a place that performs worse than he did, that's more cruel than he is? More dehumanizing than what we claim he did? I wonder if I'm coming across clear here. It's like we say to someone, you're poison. And so we who don't have poison in us, or we who are in charge of our poison, we are going to be that law over you, to tell you that you are not good enough. And because you're not good enough, you have to be under our control. And when you go into their control, you realize that they are even more poisonous than he was. What Sean Combs did to Cassie, and not just to Cassie, to himself when he attacked Cassie, right? Because Cassie wasn't the only victim that day. Cassie was not the only broken that day. They both were. What they did, or what he did, does not suffice for, or does not equal the being put in a place that does not uphold the law, even though that's what they are commissioned to do. that treat people less than human, that have people eating food allegedly being infested being not clean, being unclean. All those reports, I've heard of those reports in the news. Yeah. So allegedly, because I didn't see it for myself. But the entire Sean Combs case, if that is what justice looked like, then we may as well let Sean Combs go, because I didn't see the justice. And this is it, right? Justice should appear without impropriety. It should appear. There should be no appearance of impropriety. It was clouded under impropriety. So I don't know who you all think you are to be laughing like this is funny while people's lives are being deteriorated. And who holds justice? Who holds justice to justice? Who does that? There was a time when the media, for me, because that's what I studied in school, because I admired it so much. There was a time when media was what they called the fourth estate. It was the voice that held those in power accountable. Okay, so you hold Sean accountable because you thought he had more power with Cassie, but he's not the one with the power now. Are you holding those people accountable? Because it should be right across the board that we care. And guess what? Caring about Sean Combs is to care about Sean Combs is to care about Cassie. To care about Sean Combs is to care about your kids. We better be careful how we treat people's stories and their brokenness and their breakdowns, because breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. Let's continue.
I don't be giving up for nobody, first of all, and second of all, they just dumb.
Well, listen. So what Alexandria Shapiro, who's the attorney that spoke to Business Insider, is.
You hear what he just said? I wonder who is he talking to? Is he talking about Sean Combs being dumb? Is he talking about Sean Combs' lawyers being dumb? What is so wrong with this man? I am a fitness vlogger. As you can see, by society's standard, I'm not quote-unquote fit by their standards. Well, you know why I'm a fitness vlogger? I'm a fitness vlogger because when I make the commitment to do it, how did we get here? When I make a commitment, when I do it this way, where I'm committed, where I have viewers who are watching, I have subscribers, so I have an obligation to someone else, it empowers me to keep my word to myself. It empowers me to, I love working out. I love the fitness, but sometimes my humanity steps in and I feel lazy or I don't feel like I want to. But because I have subscribers who sometimes may say, hey, we didn't see any video today or tomorrow, or they'll say, oh, I saw that one. Thank you. That one was so inspiring, blah, 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 blah. That commitment that I've made with them by doing it public, it empowers me in a way, and it inspires me to get up every day and do the work, even when I might not want to. So who is to say that Sean is not the best person to be that kind of advocate, an anti-DV advocate? Because that would be a commitment that will help him hold himself accountable, and that commitment can be a partnership where instead of us just expecting him to be perfect, that partnership, that commitment helps him when he's weak, helps him when he might fall back into old patterns, help him as he works on himself. Who on God's earth says you go and fix yourself and come back? There is no fixing self. We're humans. So he's going to go to some perfection school and they're going to fix him and he's going to come back and he's never going to be human again. He's never going to be flawed again. He's never going to make a mistake again ever in his life. What are we talking about? People, I am far more empowered and inspired when I'm working with someone who I know is just as fallible as me, who I know understand the pain that I go through, people who know how tempted I am to do the thing that I probably should not do. So having Sean Combs do that, I would listen, and I'm not even a DV. I'm not someone who has ever done committed violence against someone, but I've witnessed it and it affects me. It has affected me my entire life because I've witnessed it so much. And what I saw Sean Combs did, what I've experienced from my mother, is 10 times worse than what I've seen Sean do to Cassie. So why are we sitting up here as if we're some moral elite group who have never seen such violence before, when you yourselves are violent with your kids? Possibly, we don't know. Yeah, we have parents violent to kids. We have people out here behaving as though what Sean did to Cassie because somehow somebody died and made Cassie God. And that's not to demean Cassie either, but they were both broken. And they both need to get DV courses or classes. Because lest we forget, sometimes people who have suffered from certain violent, certain experiences sometimes become perpetrators. So she needs her healing too. These two people went through brokenness. But no, we want to say one was a pure, fully 100% victim and one was a pure, fully 100% monster. What on God's earth? You all need to listen to yourselves, because you know what? The way you're behaving right now is worse than what Sean Combs did on that day to Cassie. At least he was high, reportedly. Come on, people. We've got to do better. We've got to do better.
Saying is that in the future, Diddy wants to work with domestic violence programs. He says that he wants to talk to like other people who are committing these acts and children and just different people to basically say, hey, here's what happened to me, here's what I went through. I don't want y'all to do the same things, make the same wrongs that I did. Basically trying to help people before they get to that point.
Yeah, in the future after you've done the work, I have no problem.
Well done, Sean Combs. God, you make me so proud. I'm so inspired by you. You don't know me, you may never know me, and that's quite fine. But I just want you to know, from the very day I was introduced to you or I heard about you, I've been proud of you since, and I will be proud of you forever. I don't condone, and I don't even want anybody to say this. Don't even come over here with, oh, so you're okay with what he did? Oh, shut up. No, nobody is. Who could be? Who could ever be okay with violence being enacted on another person? But that doesn't mean that he loses his human value. That does not mean he loses his human value. I value this man as a human. I understand that there is brokenness in humanity. I understand that none of us are perfect. My God, why are you behaving as if you don't know? And I know you know. I know you know. I know you know better, because you've made your own mistakes. Your parents have made mistakes. My father was a broken man. Nobody had to tell me he was a broken man because I saw it. And he also told me some of his experiences. And I listened to how people dogged him. Nobody helped him. What do you mean wait until he does work? No, he's ready right now. Judge, you need to release that man. I don't even know why on God's earth they still have that man in lockup. He wasn't charged with DV, so I don't even know why it's coming up. Charge him and then we can talk about it. Why don't we talk about that? Anyway, he is equipped right now because, like I said before, when you make a commitment that's attached to your healing process, I'm not a medical professional, but I'm telling you what works for me. When I know I have something to do and I make it public, or I put out, I make a public commitment, it helps me because I know the public will hold me accountable on days when it's challenging for me to hold myself accountable, or on days when it's challenging for me to do the right thing. This is a daily walk that we're doing. So all these people are telling me, they're perfect right now, so they're the perfect talk show host, they're the perfect this, they're the perfect that, and look at the big mess you're doing right now. But that's okay too. You're not perfect. I don't expect you to be. And because you're doing this right now, let me tell you what your talk show, your behaviors right now is doing for me. It's saying to me, Raquel, you've got to be kinder. You've got to be kinder. It is demonstrating to me that I have more work to do on myself, because I don't want to be you. I don't want to show up like that. I don't want to show up the way you all you four are showing up right now. So I thank you for this breakdown with you that's going to inspire me, that I hope will inspire me to work on myself to become a better person, because I don't want this to be me when someone else is going through hell. This is not how I want to show up. Let's continue.
problem with that. But right now, you need to be a student in those classes, not a teacher. You just lied about this last year.
Well, speaking of Cassie, her attorney, Douglas Wigdor, he spoke to Rolling Stone in response to this story, and he called this utterly preposterous. He says, you know...
Hang on right there. I mean, I apologize for his saying that. You know, Cassie got her 20 million. Sir, I think you're the one that's whatever the word is right now. You just need to sit with your client. Like, sit. He's paid, okay? He's paid. And your response is ridiculous, because if you were someone who's objective and fair, you would sit back and say, you know what, if change is really what we're about, if preventing violence against women is what we're really about, put this man in every circumstance, every space, every position for healing. That's what everybody would be saying. He is already down. Stop kicking. Stop kicking. You got your 20 million, sorry. Cassie was paid, and she never reported this to the police. There is no police report that was released or that we've seen so far or even heard of. You're the one who is preposterous. Whatever. I know the word and I can't even, I mean, the way I'm feeling right now, I can't even. Stop it, sir. Stop it. Because if this was your child, that's not what you'd be saying. Stop it. The man has been in jail, and I think he's been there for longer than he should have been. Unless we forget that your client got immunity. Sir, sit down. But I still thank you for your story. I still thank you for being so that I can learn. So that we can learn. But my God, audacity.
At this point, or other people in the article, they have sources, they don't name them, but these are alleged victims of Diddy's that are saying that it's manipulation. It's manipulation because he hasn't even fully done the work yet. So to try.
How do you know it's manipulation? How? And after this, I'm going to share 10 common cognitive biases after this. How do we know that this is about manipulation, and why can't he be given the benefit of the doubt? I want to play the entire clip, so I need to stop talking. Let's go.
Try and, create this narrative that you want to go and help people do things that you haven't figured out for yourself yet. It's manipulation and it's disrespectful. And it's almost like I was going to say a slap in the face to the victims, but
absolutely.
Well, the judge realizes this is a PR stunt and not genuine rehabilitation. So when the judge doesn't, give him leniency at his sentencing, it's going to be stuff like this. That's the reason why.
Mr. God in all his glory. Do you hear all those assumptions? All those assumptions? Let me ask you watching this right now. Let me ask you this. You're a billionaire. You go through all the embarrassment, the punishment and everything so far that reportedly Sean has gone through. Would there have been any change in you on day one? Because I'll tell you about me. See? And maybe what these people are telling us is that they would have been manipulating, because that's what they're telling us. You see, we see people, our perspectives are based on who we are. And these people who are commenting are saying, I know I wouldn't have changed. I know that if I did this, it would be manipulation. I know that if I did this, it would have been a PR stunt. And that's how I know that's what he's doing. Well, let me say this. My perspective is very different, because I know from the very moment that video goes out, my entire life would have been changed. I would have been changed forever. The embarrassment, the memory of it. Let's not forget, this did not happen in 2025. It didn't happen in 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020. That's not when this happened. This happened sometime, I think it's 2016, between 2016 and 2018. Yeah, no, 2016. Because she stayed with him for another 2 years. Reportedly. There is no way Sean Combs have not been impacted by let's forget Cassie and everything. Let's say he's a heartless person. His children are without him. You cannot tell me that this man who made a decision to say, I'm not going to run, I'm going to turn myself in. No grace. But you see, we can't give what we don't have. Let's continue. This other clip that you're going to hear is from Conversations with Jay. And what he said was not in relation to this interview, but I thought it fits so perfectly. So I wanted to share it.
Can we have a little bit of grace, please, as human beings? Can we be allowed to make mistakes and then apologize and change our behavior? Can we be allowed? Please, please, please. Are people allowed to make mistakes? The guy was telling me that we have the ability to be perfect. So I said to him, are people allowed to make mistakes? He said, but you have to repent.
Let me just say this. Let me say this for the world to know. I am imperfect. I will always be imperfect. I have no desire to be perfect. I do not have the capacity to be perfect. I have no dreams of being perfect. I don't want any relationship wherein I have to be perfect. I want no situation where I have to show perfect. I want to be imperfect. I wanna be me, the me who makes mistakes sometimes, because this is what it is, right? It's not a matter of human beings being imperfect. I think as beings, we are perfectly ourselves. I think interacting and navigating this world is where imperfection happens, and I don't even know if imperfection is the correct word, because what it is when I'm interacting with you, for example, Sean Combs was experiencing for him to put hands on Cassie or to have done what he did with Cassie, he first was experiencing something, and he was now having to determine, how do I relate the chaos inside of me? How do I navigate my relationship with her with that chaos inside of me? Clearly the man did not have capacity beyond what he did. What he did was his capacity at the time. And Sean Combs, if you ever hear this, you are wonderfully made. You're an amazing human being, and you did your best even on that day. You did your best even on that day. And I'm going to say this too. Yes, even if you return to such behavior, nothing in your value changes, because before you get to that behavior, you would have been experiencing something, which means you emit pain because you have pain. And in the absence of capacity or knowing what to do, sometimes just to save ourselves, we lash out, we scream, we fight, we exhaust. And I'm saying, it is my hope and my prayer that whatever purpose, divine purpose God had for you and used you for, when he did allow it, because God allowed it. This is the part we keep forgetting. God could have listen to me. I remember I had a business partner, right? And it's so crazy because he and I used to have some serious arguments, okay? And I remember one day, I was so mad at him, and every time in my head, I'm saying, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, I can't be bothered. Those were not the words that came out of my mouth. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened between my brain and the words that came out of my mouth. I kept saying, I think we need to pray. And every time I said things, I'd say, hold on. That's not what I meant to say. Why is that what I'm saying? And every time, until I just say, you know what, I'm done. Let's just pray or fast or something, because what I'm trying to say is not come out. What am I saying this for? And his name is Keith Merritt. At Keith Merritt on YouTube. Go ask him, because I'm not lying. Why am I saying that? I'm saying this to say, if God wanted to prevent that domestic violence act, he would have prevented it. And that God did not prevent it, I want to explore to learn what was he trying to teach us. Maybe exactly what he's demonstrating, the heartlessness, the gracelessness of mankind, the unkind nature of man, perhaps is what he was exposing. Because you see, this is the environment that Sean is in, is his behavior is a reflection of the environment he's in. His behavior is a reflection of the environment he's been in, and all of you is a part of the environment, because I have seen him with my own eyes on video on your platform. Why didn't you love him hard enough so he wouldn't be violent? Why didn't you be kind enough to him that whatever pain was inside of him would have been healed so he didn't become violent? Where is the grace? Where is the grace? I have no desire to be perfect. That's not a job I'm willing to. That's not a cross I'm willing to bear.
And I said, of course you have to repent. He goes, do you know what repentance is? And I said, repentance is a 3-step process. Number 1, you recognize your mistake. Number 2, you ask for forgiveness. And number 3, you change your behavior. And he goes, okay, yes, you're right. If somebody does those 3 steps, how are you still putting them in the doghouse? Number 1, recognize they did something wrong. Number 2, they've asked you for forgiveness.
And this is it, right? I remember from the first time when the Instagram post came out, when Sean Combs says he was sorry, he was at a bad place. I accept. Let me tell you how I am with the I'm sorry thing. It is not my place to determine where inside of you that I'm sorry is coming from. If someone says, if they can muster up the courage and the strength to say, I am sorry, it's not my place to downplay it. It's not my place to judge it. It's not my place to reject it. I saw that video. You could see the thing on the man's face. It's like they didn't even want to give him a chance to apologize. My God, he apologized. What more do you want? What do you want? You want his oh no, you want him under the jail. One person said, why doesn't he just die? How violent.
Number 3, they've demonstrated that they've changed their behavior. How are they still in a doghouse? How are you putting them under the jail? It doesn't make any sense to me. People say Puff needs to be under the jail, not in jail.
And that he should die. Funky Danny, but say, why don't you just go die?
Go back to the fact
or
that
go to jail or something to that effect. And I think it was
have the response.
And even in Funky Danny, I'm not saying this to even hurt you, but because I think what happened is the hate for him was so pungent in the media that people start feeling like, oh my God, I'm sick of this already. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of, just get rid of him. Just do what you want to. I think people's cup overflowed with the pungency of the hate. The media campaign, in my opinion, launched against Sean Combs. And that was worse than the violence he showed, because I'm telling you, God bless this man. You know how I know God is working with Sean Combs? Because what he came under, he could not have withstand it by himself. The storm of hate that came against this man, the war that was launched against him, it was God that kept his 2 feet on the ground. It was God that sustained him. Mighty God.
This ability to give people grace. Let's be real. The only reason why is so we could feel better about ourselves.
You better talk. You better speak.
Give somebody grace.
Moral superiority.
That's the only reason why you don't give somebody the benefit of the doubt. That's the only reason why you try to keep somebody in the doghouse.
Yes.
Is because you want to feel better about the BS that you do. That's all life is.
Yes.
Status. It's the beginning of time. If you want to hold something against somebody else, really, it means you have something within your heart.
I'm better.
You know why?
I'm better than you.
Worst critic, because you know all the sneaky, slimy, crazy, weird, disgusting things that you do.
And that's why you think he's manipulating, because that's what you. That's who you are.
All the stuff that you do is you. So we do it in 2 ways. We put ourselves down. We don't actually advocate for ourselves being number 1 in our lives. And that reason is because we know everything that we do. We're not empathetic to our future selves. And we don't feel like we deserve the greatest.
Yep.
You deserve everything.
You deserve
God put
everything.
you on the planet, in this world, to go and get it.
Absolutely.
Another way is that we put other people down and don't give them grace because we want to feel up.
Yes.
The kid that got his scholarship and went to university
My
on
God.
Puff's dime to get out of the hood and make a better life for himself, for his family, and have a chance at generational wealth. To show people that it's possible. No, F that. That don't mean nothing. All that matters is the Cassie video.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean a damn thing. That person, him or hers child, son or daughter, is going to be able to live a better life and break a generational curse. No, we don't care about that. We just care about the video from 10 years ago. That's all we care about. No, but he beat Cassie. Get him under the jail.
You know what I think happened? I think God allowed that video to be sent viral, and what it did was it has us all looking at ourselves. And I think because of that perhaps trauma or that ugliness that this video has forced us to see in ourselves, it's like we want to punish Sean for it. That video, it's like that video reminds us of something that is so ugly and so dark that we hate him for it. We hate that he put up a mirror to our faces. That has to be it. Because for me, I can't understand the hate at all. The man made a mistake. I've seen worse on camera. I saw this other video the other day where this man had a girl in the elevator and just punching her in her face until reportedly she went to the doctor and there were, I think it was nerves damaged, bones cracked or something. The report is there. I don't want to misrepresent it. But yeah, when he punched and punched and punched, I mean, he gave that girl, in my estimation, more than 100 punches. How is it that hasn't gone as viral? How is it that I don't hear people calling for him to go under the jail and for him to die and blah, blah, blah? What about that man, the politician from, is it Kazakhstan or something, some place that for 8 hours or something like that, that had his wife, I think he was at a restaurant, out of a restaurant, and people who were walking by reportedly thought they were just having intimate moments, and he was there, and I saw the video where he was captured, where he beat her to death.
To Kazakhstan now, where a CCTV video has led to uproar across the nation. It shows a former minister beating his wife to death.
This is Kondaik Bishimbayev, Kazakhstan's former economy minister, a high-profile businessman, a favorite of former President Nazarbayev. He's on trial right now. Why? For beating his wife Sultanat Nukinova to death. Last November, he and Nukinova were at a restaurant. It was owned by one of his relatives. CCTV footage shows him punching her, kicking her, dragging her by the hair. He then dragged her to a separate room. There were no cameras there. And that's where he beat her to death. The assault went on for 8 hours. When it ended, Bishimbayev called his fortune teller. He assured him that his wife was fine. The ambulance arrived, but 12 hours later. By then, Nukinova was dead. Bishimbayev was charged with killing her. For weeks, he maintained his innocence. But when the CCTV footage surfaced, he could no longer do that. He accepted the crime but said he had unintentionally caused her death.
Beat her to death!
A teenager attacked by an officer at the Warren jail is going on the offensive, taking the city to court.
The officer said, "Hurry up and take the picture, you little." And he said, "I ain't no."
Just 14 days after the now viral moment of an officer assaulting a 19-year-old carjacking suspect, a lawsuit has officially been filed against the city of Warren on behalf of Jaquan Smith and Figer Law.
He's about double the size of him.
The 30-page complaint is now seeking $50 million in damages. Jaquan's aunt Tanisha Banks is just happy he's still here.
The first thing that ran across my mind, did he survive?
The big question is whether or not Jaquan received any injuries in the assault.
He was treated at the hospital for his injuries and he was cleared of no injuries.
He is still, as of this day, having issues with head injuries. He's having headaches, dizziness, nausea.
Either way, the now fired officer Matthew Rodriguez has been charged with misdemeanor assault. It also turns out he has a history of alleged excessive force.
Nobody's talking about that. because Sean Combs is just the devil. And when I hear people exaggerate things like this, I have to say, you know what? God is at play here. God is at play here. So God, help me to do my self-work so I can see the message you're sending me while I'm attached to this story. Man, ugliness.
Do you see how twisted and demented people's minds are? You, the person that thinks like that, he has done more for people than you have.
And he has done more good than
He's
he has done
more for
bad.
the community than you have. The first thing they want to do is bury somebody. That's a sickness.
It is a sickness.
Is throw grace out the window and bury them. And when you need grace, or when your loved one needs grace, you are nowhere near burying. You're nowhere near a gravesite. Where are you? You're right there trying to protect. Oh, but everybody makes mistakes. Now all of a sudden, your tune change. Let him without sin pass the first stone. Is written on my arm right here.
It's true. Let him without sin.
God bless everybody.
Man, thank you for that, Jay. Thank you so much. Indeed. God bless everyone. I want to share this, right? Hi. God, please help me to be a better person. That's all I want. I want to be a better person. I want to be a better human being. I really want to be kinder, more thoughtful. Help me, Lord. Help me. Now, here's a breakdown of 10 common cognitive biases that push people into forming opinions before they've gathered enough facts or insights. Number 1, anchoring bias. Looking onto the first piece of information you hear, the anchor, and letting it overly influence your judgment, even when better evidence appears later. Confirmation bias, actively seeking out, noticing, or believing only the information that supports your pre-existing belief, while ignoring evidence that contradicts it. Number 3, availability heuristic, forming opinions based on the most recent, vivid, or emotionally striking examples that come to mind, not an actual probability or broad evidence. Stereotyping, applying generalized beliefs about a group to individuals without verifying whether those beliefs are true or relevant in that case. Halo effect, letting one positive impression of a person, group, or situation spill over into all judgments about them, even in unrelated areas. Horn effect, the flip side of the halo effect, letting one negative trait or incident unfairly taint all other perceptions of someone or something. Number 7, in-group bias, favoring people, ideas, or opinions from your own group while unfairly dismissing those from outsiders, regardless of the facts. Number 8, hindsight bias, believing after an event that you knew it all along and judging others' decisions as obvious mistakes without recognizing that you didn't have all the facts at the time. Overconfidence bias, believing your own judgment or knowledge is more accurate than it really is, leading you to skip deeper fact-finding. Number 10, attribution error, fundamental attribution error, overemphasizing personal traits and underestimating situational factors when judging others' actions, assuming intent or character flaws before knowing their context. I want to wrap up this segment with this spoken word piece. The myth of perfection. They tell you, be flawless, not good enough, not learning, not human, flawless. A diamond cut and polished without the mercy of the mind that made you. The myth wears a smile in the daylight, but at night it hammers your chest like unpaid bills. The myth wears a smile in the daylight, but at night, it hammers your chest like unpaid bills. It says one wrong move, and they'll hashtag you into history. Not the kind you want, the kind where your name becomes a trending topic, your mistakes the main course at the digital dinner table. Grace don't go viral. Grace don't sell ad spaces. Grace don't buy someone a penthouse view. But outrage, that's primetime currency. Every slip up is a stock market, and your shame is the blue chip investment in someone else's clicks. We live in a world where people scroll with one hand and sharpen their judgment with the other, where compassion is an unpaid internship and criticism is a corner office with benefits. They expect you to live like the internet is watching, because it is. Expect you to smile through pain, because your pain makes them uncomfortable. Expect you to rise without stumbling, because your stumbles threaten the story they've told themselves about how success works. But here's the truth. Perfection is a prop, a stage light blinding you to the cords, the cracks, the scaffolding in the back. Perfection is a marketing strategy, not a measure of worth. We are allowed to be unfinished, allowed to trip, to grow in public without an applause track, allowed to make a life that is more honest than beautiful and more free than flawless. So keep your grace for yourself. Spend it daily. Let it drip into the cracks of your reflection, because the myth of perfection, it only works if you believe in it. And I'm done believing in cages that look like crowns. Remember, you were born for bold moves. Now go turn pressure into purpose and tell them Coach Raquel sent you. That brings allegedly to a close for today. Let's go to our next segment.
Hey, curious minds, ready to unbox your next big find? Every episode of Unbox Solutions with me dives deep into Amazon gems, smart hacks, and surprising solutions you might not know existed. From combat boots to kitchen gadgets, we unbox them all, up close, unfiltered, and just for you. Tag along as we refresh, relax, and renew your everyday routine, one product at a time. Catch new episodes every Tuesday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry. Hit subscribe, smash that bell, and never miss a reveal.
All right. Unbox Solutions with me. It's another welcome back to Unbox Solutions with me. And thank you so much for staying with me so far, for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you so much for being a repeat viewer, repeat subscriber, and you keep coming back. And I just want to say thank you for that. Okay, so for today in our unboxing segment, here we go. All right, hang on here. This is what we're unboxing today. So today we're unboxing. Yeah, right now I'm removing my personal information. Remember, always remove your personal information. Also wear gloves, or sanitize your hands after unboxing. Yes. All right, so today, what are we unboxing? There we are, some shirts and a watermelon too. So all right, so this what I'm unpacking right now, unveiling. This is our women's V-neck short sleeved top. Yes, simple, soft, honest. You know what I really liked about this? The material, really, really soft. Really, really soft. Comfort. Draped you in. It's just comfort that drips you in confidence. Because being you doesn't need filters, doesn't need filters. There we go. I really, really, really like this blouse. I love the softness. Yeah, I love the colors. Yeah, and I definitely wanted these tops because I didn't really have any V-neck tops, and I wanted something that I could just quickly put on and go about my business, go about my day. And I don't have to worry about ironing or anything like that, and it still looks nice. And I love the patterns because, you see, I'm a full-figured person. I'm a fat person, so I like things that when I put it on, and it doesn't make me look worse than I am. Let's put it that way. Or it doesn't make me look bigger than I am, so to speak. And this one is the black of the same V-neck, so they're both the same type of tops. Really, really like them. Plus size, very, very comfortable, and they fit they're not loose, but they're not tight. They just fit me comfortably. And this now that I have here is a stainless steel 2-in-1 watermelon fork slicer cutter, which I really like. So meet your summer hero. Part fork, part slicer, full genius. It glides through melon with surgical precision, but with a wink. It's a tool that lets you carve beauty and joy from the everyday. Yeah. I really, really like this because I'm a food ASMR artist, and I like to from time to time, eat fruits, and sometimes what I'm eating is like a half a melon, and I find that I'd like to have one tool that I can use to cut and eat at the same time, rather than having multiple utensils around me. It's just easy to just have one. But also, when you're cutting your fruits, because for me, when I buy my fruits, I don't leave them whole in the refrigerator because they spoil. I like to cut them up and store them properly so they don't spoil. So this for me is a very, very handy tool. It was well needed, and I've already used it. Fantastic. It really is a solution. Sometimes we have these little things, we see these little things, or we have these little hiccups, and we think, what's the point in getting something for just this? Believe you me, it's worth it. Especially if you are someone who does storage, so you're going to be cutting up your fruits a lot, or someone who you eat on camera and you want to make it interesting and you want to make it look fascinating. This works. So I really, really, really liked it for that purpose. So those are the 3 items that I'm unboxing today, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I'm really, really happy I made these purchases. They really made a difference in my life, Yeah, happy purchase, absolutely. And now we're gonna go on to the tip for the day. All right, so here is our unboxing tip for today. If I can find it, it's right where. Okay, here we are. Unbox with intention. Connect the product to a purpose. Instead of just showing what's inside, share why it matters and how it can improve someone's day, week, or workflow. For example, if you're unboxing a stainless steel watermelon slicer, pair it with a quick, healthy summer recipe or a reminder about staying hydrated. Yeah. I'm telling you, and this is really, really honest. This is not just for the show. When I eat a lot of watermelon, especially now that it's in the summer, and I'm telling you, having just one tool, because usually I want to do it when if I'm not eating it for recording, if I'm not recording what I'm eating, I want to watch television while I'm eating, right? And sometimes I just have too many utensils. I genuinely bought this because I saw it on a TikTok video and I'm like, no, I need this. And having used this, it's real. And it's not just for watermelon. I use it for my mangoes. It's really helpful because it just have this one thing and just makes it interesting too. I like when I'm eating and it's playful and interesting. Anyway, yeah. That way, the moment isn't just about stuff. It's about solutions. Viewers walk away not only entertained, but empowered to use what they have for real impact. The best unboxings don't just open boxes, they open possibilities. Thank you so much for watching Unboxing Solutions with me. We're now going to go to our next segment, Free Money Wednesdays. Let's go.
Want to turn ideas into income? Say less. It's Free Money Wednesdays. Every week, we drop the hottest funding alerts, grants, scholarships, startup catch, and hidden gems. Tune in with the Free Money crew as we break down how to apply, win, and level up. From the blog to the tube, we've got you covered. Visit mycoachministry.com/blog or subscribe on YouTube at mycoachministry for the latest drops.
See the funding blog. All right, let's go there. All right. Welcome to Free Money Wednesdays. Welcome to the Funding Alert segment. This is episode 21, your weekly treasure map to funding that's actually still open. Let's dive into the top 5 grants you can apply for this month. No backward glances at expired deadlines. And these top 5 that I'm sharing with you are available right now on my website. You see that what you're seeing on the screen, that website you're seeing on the screen, that exact blog that you're seeing on the screen with August 2025 funding opportunities. These are the top 5 that you can apply for from that very vlog. So you can just go to my website, mycoachministry.com/blog. Sorry, mycoachministry.com/blog, or just go to mycoachministry.com. It's on the homepage. All right. So I'm just going to share these top 5 with you. So first up, the Danos Gives Grant deadline, August 31. If you're running a nonprofit in Texas, this one is huge. Last year, a simple scope of service brought in $10,000 for vocational programs in the community. Next, the Huron County Fall Grants, due August 15, serving Huron County, Michigan, nonprofits and local groups. This is your chance for funding with care, minimal fuss, real impact. Now, go global with the Alibaba Co-Create Pitch 2025. Also closing August 15, entrepreneurs, this is $40,000. Access to global supply chains and the spotlight all in one pitch. And now, love creativity? Then the Awesome Foundation has your back. $1,000 micro grants awarded monthly, rolling, no deadline to stress over, just apply. And finally, if you're a new U.S. retail business, check out the Fair Small Business Grant. You have breathing room. Applications accepted through September 30. And the $5,000 inventory credit could be just the boost you need. All right. So this isn't just a promise of funds. It's your roadmap to action now, right now. Pause the delayed panic. Apply today, not yesterday. May the funds flow. And until next Wednesday or Thursday, may your hustle meet its match. Now, here's our funding tip for today. Our funding tip for today. Don't just describe your project. Show the impact in numbers and stories. One past awardee from a community development grant shared that their turning point came when they paired clear data. For example, we will train 50 young adults in 6 months with 80% job placement, with a short, vivid story of a single person their work had already helped. Grant reviewers said the combination of measurable results and emotional resonance made their application memorable and fundable. So you could frame it in, in essence, numbers prove you can deliver. Stories prove why it matters. Together, they make your grant application unforgettable. All right. Oh my God, this has been Free Money Wednesdays Funding Alert segment. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for staying with us. Oh, wow. We've come to the end of the program. We've come to the end of our program for today. This is the end of our episode 21 of Refresh, Relax, Renew podcast. It's been my honor. It's been my pleasure to be here. I know some of the topics that we talk about, it has a lot, there's a lot of emotions around it, you know what I mean? But I just want to say thank you. It is my hope that as you keep watching these episodes, that they will empower you. They will bring positive energy into your life and space. Okay, it's not my place to judge anyone. That's not what I'm seeking to do. But you know, at the same time, I want to speak from my heart and soul about things that impact me, because we are real people going through real things, and all of us will fail at some point in time, and we will all need grace. I know. I used to say this to my nieces and nephews when they were really, really young, and I used to talk to them. I used to say, you know, whatever it is I'm telling you not to do right now, I'm telling you because I'm going to need you to tell me later. 30 seconds from now, you're going to have to tell me too. I'm not saying it because you're so wrong. I'm saying it because humans sharpen humans. I want to help spotlighting what I'm thinking that maybe you don't want to go down that corner, and then you can do the same thing with me. All right. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best. May the rest of your week be fantastic. And no matter what you're going through, I pray that it doesn't steal your joy. I challenge you today, no matter what's going on, do not let life or the circumstances around life or the situations or the experiences of life steal your joy and contentment. Be content in whatever you're going through. And you know what? I don't even know. I was going to say pray, seek your God, speak what you want. But those are my ways of doing things. I'm sure you have your ways as well that work. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm Coach Raquel, just saying thank you. Have a great day. Have a great week. All the best. Mwah. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Welcome to mycoachministry.com. We're on a mission to empower 1 million purpose-driven entrepreneurs, turning calling into currency. Through strategic coaching, we guide visionary leaders, brand elevation, and creative empowerment, helping leaders break barriers and own their identity. Build impactful, wealth-generating brands that echo across generations.